Hell yeah. I love this game. I remember I just hearing this music and just feeling that come back to me after so long is just such a nice feeling. But Mega Miner, to my knowledge and my memory, Mega Miner operates a bit differently to Motherlode. Motherlode's objective is to reach sort of the Mars core, or hell, and defeat Satan. Whereas I think Mega Miners is much more of what Goldium, like Motherlode Goldium Edition is, which is the challenges. I could be wrong, but that's what I remember. And also just... it's just the visuals, the music, the sound effects. To me, this is like... the music to me sounds like something that I'd hear in old school RuneScape now. It's like just that perfect level of nostalgia. Obviously a little bit different to that, but you get the point. And just these sound effects. Oh, beautiful. Use the arrow keys to drive around. Drive down to start drilling. Pay attention to your dials. The lower left dials show your health and hold capacity, while the lower right dials show you the temperature and your fuel level. So, yeah, I refuel here. I repair here. Click on the items tab to find... click on the items tab to open your items menu. You can purchase items such as extra fuel and dynamite at the shop. So repair kit, extra fuel, sonar pulse, which I believe shows me the stuff nearby, teleporter, and dynamite. Here, I can repair. Here, I can teleport. Here, I can save. Here is where I can sell everything. And what I prefer... I know I've not even really started, but what I prefer about this compared to Motherlode is all of these values make it so everything is still sort of worth collecting, right? In Motherlode, the jump between Emerald to Ruby is like 20,000 to 100,000, a 5 times increase. And then the jump from... like, the jump from the lowest to the highest in Motherlode is like... $10 to 500,000. Whereas in this, the jump is from 20 to 1,000. A 50 times increase. It makes it so everything feels a lot more balanced to me. And then the upgrades as well are visit the missions board to discover extra ways to earn money. Clicking on a mission will show you your progress. Here, the upgrades are also relatively priced to me as well. Everything sort of makes sense within its own category of how important the upgrade is, what the maximum level is, and so on and so forth. The only issue to me is that there's less space for it to grow as a whole. In Motherlode, there is 5 or 6 upgrades for each category. Here, there's only 4. And there's 5 categories as opposed to 6 in Motherlode. But, I mean... just the sounds, so nice. And here, yeah, the goal, ultimately, I believe, is to do all of these missions. For example, clear 25% of the map, right? I think that's the ultimate sort of goal to this, but let's get started. Also, one of the things that I prefer... you have mined your first resource. Resources can be sold at the market. Different resources sell for different amounts. However, you will have to drill deeper to find the more valuable ones. Motherlode showed you everything around you, right? Whereas this game doesn't. It just... It is, you know, you still have vision where you have been, so it's not like you're a single flashlight running around. Also, you can see the temperature slowly going up as well. The fan helps mitigate how much that goes up by. So now I've dug a bunch of coal, I come up, I did the first challenge, the coal miner one, I believe. I've sold that. Yeah, coal miner, mine 20 pieces of coal, and I get an additional 400, which I can then use here, for instance, to buy something else. But I'll buy a fuel tank. Oh, I should have actually saved a bit of money for fuel. But the good thing is, once you're on the surface, you don't use any fuel at all. And the map, as you can see here, is pretty decent. And the map also gives you a bit more vision compared to what you actually, like, can see. And it's just like, yeah, like, I just like it. I really like it. I think it's great. So we've sold that for 160, we've bought some more fuel, and then we keep going. I think with this, compared to Motherlode as well, fuel is more important. Like, fuel is expensive. There we go. I beat the coal miner mission. Again, the sound effects, gorgeous. But I beat the coal miner mission and I got 400 as a reward. I have realised I'm doing a bit too much comparing to Motherlode, considering if I upload both of these separately, someone's going to be watching this and thinking, why do I care? So yeah, I'll just continue talking sort of more about the game as a whole, as opposed to as a comparison to Motherlode. There we are. So now, maxed out. So I must return to the surface and sell. To be fair, I know I said I'm not going to compare, but in both of these games, to what I remember, the goal to get better shit is obviously dig down, right? Dig straight down, because ideally you want to just leave, right? The more time you spend winding around, the more time you're wasting. And the more fuel you're wasting, so the more money you're wasting. There we are. Now then. I can now buy the sapphire drill, which is spelt wrong, by the way. The sapphire, which is quite funny. Is that the same in the shop as well? Yeah, that's quite funny. I never actually noticed that. That's pretty funny. Dun, dun. Yeah, like, I'm cutting through this pretty easily. Can I now cut through stone? No. I think that's something that you get with the higher level. Oh, yeah, so now it's too hot. I've not even gone down that far, but now I'm overheating and I'm losing life, which, yeah. You're overheating. Your cooler can't handle the temperatures at this depth. You'll need to buy a better cooler at the shop if you want to drill deeper. And so even in these like upper levels, there's still a fair bit to do, in a sense. Like, yeah. I've bought that. Now, because of the challenges, I do still want to focus on iron, even if it might cause me an issue, because the challenge money should give me enough to buy the better thing, the better cooler, to then go back down. And since one of the goals, one of the challenges is to clear 25% of the map, which I don't think means dig that, I think it means get vision on it, but we'll have a see. Now I think we're okay to buy the cooler now. No, we're a bit off. That's fine. In that case, then I will sacrifice a bit of health to go a bit deeper and get more iron. Yeah, I think you start taking damage when you're in the orange, so, like, yeah. Oh no, you don't start when you're in the orange, when you're half away through the orange. I see. I love this game. There we go. Right. Yeah, I think the music restarts based on when another sound in the same track plays. Something like that. Anyway, the emerald drill is much more expensive than the sapphire drill, which in my eyes is a better way of doing it than Motherlode did, because in Motherlode it made more sense for you to just sort of wait until you could just buy the next tier in the early game, whereas here it's much more, you still need to upgrade it. Because 600 to 8,000 is a big jump. But yeah, now that I can handle this, I can pretty much just get as much iron as I want. Giving me a fair bit more money, because iron is worth, I believe, 50 to coal's 20. But, at the same time, we're still operating with the same, roughly the same speed. Like, and once I start getting further down, then buying the teleporter makes sense. Allowing me to go through and continue like that. So yeah. Ooh, silver! Nice, okay. So we're going deep enough now to be able to actually obtain silver. Which is pretty good. Which, again, like, it doesn't... Oh shit. It doesn't feel... I wasted that silver, didn't I? Ah, that's annoying. Yeah, I know. My hold is full. I think that's the only thing that I would say is an issue. The fact that that repeatedly happens every, like, 3 seconds. But anyway. Can I buy a hold upgrade now? Can. Yeah, look, 15 units to 10,000 is a huge jump. And I think it's more, but then 10,000 to 20,000 is still a big jump, but not a massive jump. And realistically, because everything is between 20 to 1,000 in this game, it still means that you're going to spend roughly the same amount of time per upgrade in terms of how the game expects you to handle it. But yeah. Hey, reach a depth of 300 meters. That's another challenge. Let's have a look at what this one is down here. An iron. Okay. And then there's more silver above. Right. To be fair, I remember when I was younger and playing this, I would specifically get one less than the max so I could avoid the constant burp noises. But hey ho. And now I can buy the teleporter, which is worth a decent amount, but not too much, in order to save quite a bit of time. If I go over to the challenges, silver, miner, gold, sapphire, emerald, ruby, diamond, 600 meters, 1,000 meters, find the missing black box, find the ancient remains of a king, find the loot of a bounty hunter 4 times, find 10 giant gems, which are worth, I think they give you extra, so like, we'll find out, but I think it gives you like 3 sapphires or 5 as opposed to 1. 5% of the map, 10% of the map, 25. And after that, I think that's everything. I think if you truly wanted to, then you could clear 100% of the map. Don't know how long that'd take. But to be fair, maybe that's a category or something. Anyway. So, we're slowly approaching the point where it's oh, wow! I found a special gem. So we'll have a look at that when I go back to the surface. But yeah, we're approaching the point where it's getting too hot for this cooler. Yeah, so now, if I use that, then now I can use the teleporter. Teleport. I did not look at that. That's my bad. I should have. Yeah, and now I'm back here. And then I just have to go to that point to teleport again. And if I use another teleporter item, it resets where that one was. Nice. There we are, and now instead of having to climb 300 meters, I just teleport back up, it uses less fuel, and then I can just purchase that. Yeah, restores 25% fuel. With a 40 litre tank, then that's 25% is an entire replacement, which I've already been doing. And this costs 500. I don't know how much a full tank would cost me now, but yeah. Let's test a dynamite. I don't remember what the dynamite is like, so Yeah, let's grab these. I don't know how much damage it's going to do to the area, so I want to make sure it's roughly clear, and then dynamite. No, not bad. Yeah, that's not bad at all, actually. There we are. And yeah, once again, the thing is full, I come back up. It's a shorter loop than Motherlode. Yeah, so silver is worth 80 compared to iron's 50. So, not too bad. But then once we reach gold, that's a big jump. Oh, we're just a little bit off. Okay. Since silver's worth 80, I just need a few, so I can get this stuff around here, maybe? Nope, that's fully surrounded. That's annoying. And then because the challenges give you money, it makes sense to use the sonar upgrade to try and find those things. Oh, gold! Okay, I want to see if I can dig a path around. You're running low on fuel. Return to the surface and head to the fuel station. There we are. There we go. And now, quite a bit of money there. And then we buy the new cooler. And then our next thing that we should probably focus on is either just buying some items, like the sun apples, the drill, and the fuel tanks. Because the teleporter is pretty expensive. It's 1,000 each, and we are going to reach the point where we don't want to use a lot of our money on stuff like that. So, if I use the sonar pulse, it gives quite a bit more vision, so I'd be able to then cross-reference what I need with what's there, and then go. Brilliant! We buy that, we buy the fuel, we come back, we buy a dynamite, because that is quite useful. The dynamites are probably one of the most useful items, because ultimately you're gonna get into a position like this where there's just a lot of stuff in the way and it's annoying, so you just want to blow it up. Like so. Now I have a path. I mean, it didn't go very far, but in theory I just buy an extra one and I have a big path. Also, I want the gold miner achievement. So I do want to prioritize that, but we are in a big vein here. Massive amount of resources right now. Surely we've got to be reaching it soon. Uh-oh. We don't want to run out of fuel. May as well grab this since it's here. There we are. Run over. Sell everything like that. Save. Grab some fuel. Head back. You can see how the teleporter does outgrow its placement pretty quickly. I think, in my opinion, it's useful when you reach sort of like 200 meters below its placement, or sort of like the next tier of ores. Because otherwise you're just sort of in the same general place with nothing going on. Yeah, okay. So, like, right now, clearly, I'm in a position where I'm running out of fuel, I'm having to maneuver the long way round because I don't have the next drill upgrade, which I think can drill through stone, just slower. And yeah. Because everything is worth, like, a relative amount to the previous thing, it means that I'm not going, oh, it's this, I'm going to completely ignore it, right? There's no reason to completely ignore iron. It's still worth 50, I think. You know? It's still worth 50. Whereas gold is worth 150. But at the same time, if I have space for it, may as well get it. Okay, yeah, we're in a position now where, yeah, see, I can just grab this iron on the way back. It's not a big issue. I am running out of fuel. I am running out of use of that teleporter spot as well, so I will get another one. Yeah. I'll buy one of each of those, mainly because the teleporter itself is just useful, and also the dynamite is very convenient to just quickly go, boom, cleared some space, I'm moving on, bye-bye. Like, for example, right here, I could face here, dynamite, run away, let it do its thing, and now I'm in a position where... Oh, the treasure! Oh, that's 10k! Let's go... Oh wait, no, it's 10k if I've got all of them. I forgot this fall. But yeah, I will take it off. But no, oh, 600 meters, yeah! I will turn them... I will stop using the map as much because I understand that it's taking up a very significant portion of the screen. So yeah. Keep an eye out for that, my bad. Now, 10 litres to 20 litres, obviously that's double. Now we've got an emerald drill. Our thing is in a better position. I can now drill through stone. Oh, sapphires! Wow, there's a lot of stuff over there. I can now drill through stone. It's now this even darker stone that I can't drill through. But since I can now just drill through this, I may as well do this. And there we go. We now have even more fuel. I'm gonna save. We now have even more fuel. I'm able to just continue on plodding along. La-di-da-di-da. I'm gonna need a new cooler soon as well. Looking at the temperature. Ah, there we go. Ooh! More treasure! That's good, that's good. Is the treasure itself worth anything? I don't know. I don't know. It might be. Might be. I think the next important upgrade is the cargo. But yeah, because the sapphires and gold are worth a similar amount, you know, I can still very easily go, there's some gold here, and pick it up. At this point, iron becomes, like, a lot less useful to pick up, but it's still not, like, terrible. But I have no qualms with just drilling through it like I did there in order to get to something that's more useful. I will say, though, I've gone much further to the right than I have to the left, so I might change that. How much would I need? 10,000. And I'll buy this as well, because it's only 250. It's only 250, which is essentially one sapphire, right? If I come over here, and then I use this, like that, I have a much better understanding of what is where. I can just come through, grab everything I need. Simple as. Oh. Now we are approaching the next depth limit, which I think... Oh, nice! Which, if I remember correctly, is about 750 meters. Where is it? There it is. Oh shit, I nearly died! Why the fuck was I dying? What? Wait, why was I nearly dead? Wait a minute. Whoa. What happened? Actually, what happened? Do I lose health if I drill through stone? I do! Oh! Honestly, that makes sense. That makes sense. That was just me being stupid. That's really funny. So yeah, we've now got the Sapphire Miner. The next depth achievement is 100. Sorry, 1,000 meters. That's very nice. Just because I like having more coverage of vision, I'm gonna just do this. There we are. Come all the way back up and use the teleporter. Real. I didn't realize that I ran out of money. I could buy the better chassis as well, but it might just be better waiting for that. What do I need now? Emeralds, rubies, diamonds, obviously. 1,000 meters, the black box, the lost king, the treasure, the giant gems, and then the percentages of the map. So, I'm going to buy 3 sonar pulses to help me out with that, and I'm going to go on. Because ultimately, one of the things that I need is to have vision of what is where. There we go. So then if there is any hidden stuff, I can get it. That might blow up the sunfire. No. Just didn't. That's perfect. Now, I'm almost at the point where it's too hot. Yeah, now it's too hot. So, at the end of the day, I still need a fan upgrade. And the next fan upgrade is pretty expensive. So, realistically, what are the achievements I'm gonna get? And I think those are a combination of the percentage of map and maybe just stumbling into one of the things I need to find. Yeah, my fuel is low, I know, but it's not really that low. I think that's an issue. You only get the low fuel warning if it's below half, but, you know, it's gonna be below half quite often. 18,000. 18,000, I'm getting about 3k a trip, not too bad. I can probably get away with just going straight along that way, so I will. I do find it funny that Sapphire is spelled wrong. There we are. Full on cargo. We just maneuver around. La-di-da-di-da. Grab the teleporter and boom. Not too bad. Get our fuel. Sell our stuff. Oh, save and head back. Now, one of the important things to consider as well is one of the things that I might need to find for an achievement could have been really early on. Right? It could be 200 meters down, all the way on the left side. Could be. I would have no way of knowing this. Sorry, I just realised that I kept that on the screen for a very long time. My bad. Oh yeah, so the low fuel isn't when it's below half. It's when it's a little bit below half. Which is still equally annoying. There we are. Teleport back. Now, we're getting close to the point where I need to move the teleporter. Yeah, any deeper and I start taking damage, so we'll just sort of scope out the immediate area around here. Oh, there we go, 5% of the map. And that gave me a decent amount of money, actually. So that's enough for me to buy the next cooler upgrade, and also have enough left over for a teleporter. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm also gonna heal myself. Yeah, like 500 to save a trip to the mechanic, reasonable. So the ruby drill, I can buy the ruby drill, but realistically what I need is that, and I also need a teleporter with a few sonar pulses. So yeah, I've done 20% of the game, essentially, because the main goal is 25% of the map, which is a relatively easy goal to accomplish by just doing everything else, so that's what I'm doing. Sonar pulse. That's a pretty big vein actually over there. I'm gonna grab that. Oh wow. That's a very wow. That's very good actually. Oh, and a big gem! Nice! Okay, special gem. Special gem. Now the question of the day is... Oh, emeralds! Nice. Oh! Is that the... Oh, nice. That's an extra one for the treasure. Okay, okay, okay. We'll use the teleport here. We definitely didn't need to. Yeah, so emeralds are 400 compared to sapphires 250. But that's still a pretty nice jump. It's pretty consistent. Hold on. Just realised that I need to do something. Da-da-da. Hello again. Make sure I saved. And yeah. I think I'll keep a teleporter on hand at this point. Nice. Yeah, so we're approaching the point where I need to upgrade my drill, because I'm gonna get blocked out of all the good stuff by these dark grey ones. Oh, is that the final one? Oh, let's go. You found the 4 missing ancient treasures. These date back to a civilization which was destroyed thousands of years ago. They will make a worthy addition to any museum. Brill! There we are, some emeralds. Sonar pulse. Bloop. Very nice. Remember, the ruby drill was 20k. There we go. There we are. Refuel. Heal. Sell. Look. Brilliant. We can buy this upgraded chassis, which is very nice, and of course, buy those as well. So yeah, I think when I upgrade the drill, it won't damage me anymore to go through these soft grey ones. Oh. Oh, nice too. Now, the low fuel warning is happening earlier and earlier, which is a little confusing. But that might be the game talking about what I consider low fuel. Like, if I also... Wow, I am pretty damaged. Oh, that's a fun sound effect. Yeah, like, if I continuously refuel at like a decent amount of fuel, then maybe the game just assumes that I like to be cautious. I don't know. It might do that. That's cool. Yeah. We should only be 2 trips away from the ruby drill, which then should allow us to go quite further. Helping us out quite a bit. Sonar pulse. Ooh! Quite a bit of emeralds. And sapphires. Very nice. Sonar pulse. Honestly, I'll use the teleport here now instead. Quite good. We'll buy another teleporter, 2 repair kits, fuel, and a few more sonar pulses. If I reach a depth of 1,000 meters, chances are I'll have to upgrade my fan again, but I will get the achievement as a one-off, so it's worth taking damage for it. Like so. And, not only that, that's the black box, which is another achievement. You found the black box. We've been detecting its signal on the surface for months. It appears to be made of a material unlike anything we know. What information could it contain? This could change science forever. And yeah, so with that fan upgrade, I've made it essentially to the... Oh, rubies! Nice. I've made it to the deepest point that the game expects me to do for this stage. But I massively benefit by being able to now get rubies. And all of the additional achievement money as well. I might be able to buy the most expensive drill now, actually. Let's have a look. Maybe I can. Rubies are worth 700 compared to emeralds 400. Diamond drill, 80k. So yeah, definitely can't buy that, but I can buy this. And 60k. Nothing just yet, but I'm almost at that point where I can buy more, so... We'll just buy a few of those for now, we'll teleport back down, and hopefully... I still can't drill through those, okay. Oh well. There we go. Yeah, so now, at this point, I'm roughly about as deep as I need to be, so teleporters essentially just help with coming back and forth to the point where I was at easier, so it still makes sense to buy them quite often. But at the moment, I'll just increase the hold that I can carry. do just a little bit, come back for a teleporter. Because I can manage without the fully upgraded fan. Like, yes, I am taking damage, but it's not a very considerable amount. So I can deal with it. Item, dynamite. Ah, so it doesn't actually mind the ores. Hey, emerald! I didn't even realise that I didn't have that yet. That's pretty handy though. That's what, 6,000 that I just got? Run away. Oh wow. Whole bunch of rubies here. That's pretty nice. And then now, like I'm just above the level that I need to be, teleporter. There we go. Quickly do that as well. That's a lot of money. Yeah, like very much getting money now. Buy another teleporter just so we have it. A few more dynamite. And now, how close are we to Ruby Miner, 8,000, Diamond Miner, Lost King, Giant Gems, Prospector, and Excavator. Now we're probably going to get Prospector as we go through here, but we'll have a look. And then if we get the Lost King as well, then that sets us up quite nicely to get the last fan upgrade that we need, because that's 60k. There we are. Like, yeah, buying a teleporter makes sense, because if I can leave that quickly, then that just puts me in a good spot, you know? So I need to find more rubies, because I need the Ruby Miner achievement. Let's set up a dynamite and then run away so we don't continue to take damage. Nice. Now I'm overheating quite a bit more significantly than I was before. Like, I'm losing health decently quickly, which is not ideal. Yeah, I think the game adapts to how often I refuel. Which, if that is the case, that's pretty cool. Oh, perfect. Nice. That's very good. That's very good. Now, the chassis upgrade is obviously pretty nice, but I don't think it's that important at this point. There we go. Like I said, 60k for that. I could buy the extra fuel, but I don't really need to, because teleporters are so cheap. There we go. And also, repair kits are pretty cheap as well, so that also makes it worth it to essentially suicide bomb my way down. Losing a bunch of health, because I can just go, oh. And now I'm fine. I will go a bit further up though. There we are. 9,000! Not bad, not bad at all. Oh, I forgot to get through. Oh, I went too far. There we go. Now, yeah, I'm just gonna continue on as I was before. Maybe over this way this time. Sun apples. Sun apples. Not bad. Oh, my health. Anyway. Ooh, our first diamond! Beautiful. Honestly? Yeah, we'll teleport out there. And there we go. Now, there really isn't that much of a difference between rubies and diamonds. One's 700, one's 1,000. But what we need is the mission, so... I am definitely getting a little bit too far down to where the game wants me to be, so... Like, I will continue what I'm doing, just at a little bit higher up, to mitigate some of the damage. Like, yeah, like, even all the way up here, I'm still gonna take damage, but I'm just not gonna take as much. And all I need is an additional 10,000, which is not too bad. Another dynamite. There we are. Surely we have to be approaching the 10% thing, right? Okay. I don't remember where my teleporter is. Okay, there it is. Cool. Shit. There we are. One more trip and we can get the last cooler. And now and then I won't have to keep worrying about how far down I'm going here. I can just go. And it won't matter. I am taking quite a bit of damage though. gonna heal. Oh, more diamonds. Lovely. Like I said before, we need diamonds for the achievements. That's why I'm focusing at this depth as opposed to a bit higher up and, like, prevent taking damage. Oh. And now, that should be everything. We can buy the new cooler. And now, we should just be fine to just dig. More diamonds. Oh, and look, the screen has stopped scrolling. We are at the bottom. And you can see the cooler perfectly manages it. We don't ever have to deal with overheat damage. Now we can just continue going through. Great. Now, we're just in a position where we can just dig, you know? Same as before, but now we're getting pretty big money. And realistically, none of these are that useful to us anymore. If we look here, mine 20 diamonds, yep, the Lost King, yep, giant gems, and just clear the map. So what I'm gonna do now is clear the map. Oh, I should have bought some dynamites. Oh well, that's fine. There we go. 10%. Now I just need to do all that a few more times. We're gonna need a few of those. the end of the day, dynamite's going to be the most effective way of digging. So that's why I'm doing this. Oh no, I'm gonna die! Nah. Not bad. Let's buy... Honestly, let's buy a couple of those, and a fair few of those. And now, we are very much at the point where we just sort of dig. But I am gonna do most of the digging on the lower levels, purely because money, and yeah, I only need to do 25% of the map. If I dig from the entirety of 900 meters and below, then that's done, right? And I've already cleared out a decent chunk above, so makes sense. I make money, I can get a better drill at some point, I just come back down, put another dynamite in, just keep going. I should have bought another teleporter though. And I do need to go back down to get diamonds, but yeah. Digging at this level gives a moderate amount of money, whilst also contributing to the excavating task. There we are. Buy a couple of those. We don't need that many, we just need a good few. Like I said before, ultimately, dynamite's going to be the most efficient way to mine, but at the same time, dynamite is also the way to avoid having to mine those. So, I just use them whilst getting other stuff, pick up the nice stuff that's left behind, and resort. We've made it all the way to the right side of the map. And some diamonds here too. And remember, we do need diamonds. Like, yeah, I can find a diamond. Oh, I don't have any more. Oh well, that's fine. But yeah. I'll drop off the cargo, I'll come back, I'll probably put the teleporter in a different spot. We're getting close now to the max drill, which is pretty good. And then at that point, all money pretty much contributes to digging. And just upgrading my guy to the max dig. I did forget I need to buy dynamite, and quite a lot of it. So we'll do that. Items, dynamite. More diamonds. Lovely stuff. Wow, this is a really nice vein. Oh, more diamonds there. There we are. Oh, that's pretty expensive. There we go. Nice. Now, we should be able to get enough diamonds in this trip, hopefully, to add to that total. Yeah, realistically, at this point, like, yes, we can get diamonds, but we're also probably a bit too deep to mine consistently. Oh, but never fucking mind, there's a shit ton of diamonds here. Let's go. Holy shit, we are so close to that. Yeah, honestly, I'm just gonna use one of these and just head back, because... yeah. There we go, nice! Okay, so that's us mining everything we needed to in terms of the individual stuff. Now, we're just on for the challenges. At the end of the day, we still need to find the last missing treasure and, I believe, the Lost King thing. But yeah, now we got the best drill. That looks a bit weird, actually, compared to the others. Can we dig through this? We can. So yeah, now we're chilling. We can just dig. Yeah, we are making more than enough money to just consistently come over here and buy a bunch of stuff. think so. Because again, 25% is a decent amount to cover. Okay, now we've made it all the way to the left side. There we are. I can safely confirm that it's not in this final chunk of the thing. There we are. Gone back. I can buy this, but it's not necessary, like, at all, I think. There we are. Like I said, Lost King, Giant Gems, Excavator, like, yeah. May as well go through here and just boom. Come down here and so on and so forth. Oh! Whoops, misclicked. That's a little annoying actually, because I do not need it to do that at all. There we are. Just to have a quick check. Nope. None of that. So we continue. Yeah, gold is still worth 150, so on the way down it still makes sense for me to pick up gold. I think the low fuel warning changes depending on your depth. I think that's the main aspect. Also, I'm pretty sure the dynamite exploding sound effect is the same as the bite of 83 in Five Nights at Freddy's 4. Like, am I crazy? That 100% sounds like that to me. Anyway. Yeah, I did not manage to get a lot there. Yeah, realistically, there's no point in me buying additional fuel and so on and so forth when I can just do that. Giant Gems, Excavator, 50k, blah 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 blah. Realistically, all I have to do is get Excavator and then everything else should fall into place. Like, if I'm trying to get Excavator, I should end up finding the lost thing. I think it's the gems that are the hardest one though. Actually, I don't know why I keep on talking about the Lost King. kind of wish there was a way for me to find out how much I've excavated. Da 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 da. There we go. Yeah, the issue is that I have no idea how, like, where the things generate, right? I could technically find them anywhere. Which poses a problem. What do I do? Like, excavator should fall into place by just doing everything else around it, right? I need to be using these more. Okay. Don't think there's anything there, but can have a quick look. Tank. What's the most expensive one? Okay. May as well get this. There we go. Like, I do still need... Oh, there's one. Nice. I almost missed it. 3 out of 10. That's nuts. I think the theory is that in just sort of going around the map, because that's more what you need to do. You need to get vision across the map rather than actually mine things. Then just by getting vision, you end up finding everything you need. In that case, I should probably go back now and use this as an opportunity to buy more sonar pulses. Have a look. The Lost King thing could be literally anywhere, but the gems, they've been consistently sort of around these levels, like the gem levels, which, you know, makes sense. They're gems. There we go. Yeah. Ah, nice! Great, that's exactly what I need. Cool, 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 cool. So that plan works, essentially. There we go. And then just to round things off, get some vision. Yep. There we are. Okay. So now we've explored down this left chunk of the map, and we have found nothing. Well, that one gem, but you get the point. Like, we just go up, we sun our pulls, and then we go back down. And we just keep doing that. Until eventually, we find everything. However, I am getting kind of low, so I will just, yeah, do this. Not bad. Items. Extra fuel. Buy a couple. Buy a couple. Buy a few. Buy one. Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? Yeah, and we just continue doing that. Ah! Oh, there we go! That's... Oh, fuck yeah. You found the bones of a legendary king. It is said that he won 99 great battles and was slain in his 100th by his own sworn guardsmen. These remains will sell to for a fortune to the right buyer. Good shit. Good shit. And now... And we found a gem as well, which is even bigger. But, like, yeah, now we're just going across this like normal. I think I'll just use this as an opportunity to dig up to the surface, and then if I get anything on the way, or see anything on the way, then I have that. And also, that counts toward excavation, because realistically, yeah. Not too bad, not too bad. Yeah, technically speaking, 25% of the map. Let's say the map is 60 across. Then if I dig down from top to bottom of 15 things, then that's done. That is quite far, to be fair. Yeah, so now it's literally just those two, which, oof. Why did I buy so many of those? God knows. Yeah, realistically, when the cargo's full, I just come up to the surface. But if I come down, like this, and I'm collecting cargo, then I may as well continue until I reach good stuff, because most of the stuff is not that good. Ah, nice. And then I think here? Yeah. So we go that far across. There we go. That works. Right, there we go. So now I'm all the way at the top, I'm going all the way down, da 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 da, dynamite, 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 run away, get the fuel, more fuel, dynamite, accept amount of dynamite, but you get the point. Ah! Another one. Good shit. 7 out of 10. Okay, there we go. And now I'll just teleport up. And I can spend pretty much all of my money on sonars, really, because that's all I'm going to need at this point. Maybe a couple of teleports, dynamites, for doing that, like, up and down thing. But yeah, that works. There we are. There we are. Yeah. Da 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 da. Now I just find somewhere new to go up whilst looking for those giant gems. Dynamite. I need to go further this way, to be fair. I've been quiet for a while. Sorry if that scared you, haha. But yeah, realistically, I should be close to 25%. I'm kind of surprised it's not gone off already, but yeah, like, at the very least, we have coverage of most of the map, and I feel like, yeah, there's no clear way of like, oh, you've done this much, by the way. Which is a tad annoying. I'm also just not earning enough at this point to really benefit from all this, but... yeah, I'm actually gonna start a new tunnel down this way, like continuing on what I did around here. Because, yeah, if I'm... oh, maybe a bit more of this way. There we are. Oh, there might be a tiny bit too much, I don't know. Either way, here. Yeah, didn't think so. Dynamite. Dynamite. Sun apples. Sun apples. Dynamite. Sun apples. Run! Okay, we're good. Yeah, I'm actually going to teleport here, because if I go up, that's fine. If I go down, that's fine. You know? It works either way. I'm running out of money though, because I'm prioritizing this instead of... yeah. Just to really make sure that it's not on this edge. Yeah. Nothing along there. Yeah. Oh well. I'm deep enough now that I can definitely just hard focus on clearing instead of vision, I guess, but yeah. It's not that small. Yeah, like, that's just a normal thing at this point. I'm almost out of fuel. Fuel is cheap. You don't need to buy the fuel things. It's just so you can stay down there longer at convenience. You know? But there's no actual real benefit to buying the fuel canisters. Oh, I did it! Cool! Right, okay. Shit. Now what then? I guess I still continue the plan. I continue heading up. Yeah, I guess I just continue heading up, sonar pulse, and hope that... Yeah, I cover enough here. Hope that I find them. Oh, there's one. Nice. Okay, that's cool. Got one. Two more. Oof. Hold on. It just seems like they're spawning around this level. Why don't I just check around this level? Right? Surely. Surely that's what I'm supposed to do. To some degree. Also, I can now get the best tank. And it doesn't matter that I didn't buy that, so... Woo. And then now... That's the only max upgrade that I need. So yeah, once I continue getting that, I'm going to... Oh, I don't need dynamites anymore. Yeah. We're chilling. Yeah. Off we go. They seem to spawn around this level. Which makes sense, because it's the start of the gems, like I said before, so... But they do just seem to spawn anywhere. Alright, yeah, I've got to go pretty far to find somewhere that I've not been. God motherfucking damn! Where the hell are they? There's just two. Like, that's the thing. I can't... Like, there's no overall world map, you know what I mean? At the surface or anything, so I can't sort of gather roughly where I need to look. But I've done the excavator. I've done 25% of the entire map, which means that I have vision on at least... 70% of the map? Well, oh shit. I almost ran out of fuel. That would have been really funny. Like right at the end. Yeah. Nope. Like yeah, I'm almost at the surface now. Yeah, and I've fully explored it on that side, so I know everything that's there. This is tough. There's something Nope. Yeah, they're the only two that they're just, yeah, it's just two that I need. Nah. Anywhere on the map? Nope. Don't think so. Don't need to dig anywhere now, I just need to look. Oh, there we go. That's a pretty big chunk. Off I go. Perfect. Perfect. Right, that covers exactly what I need. Okay, right, and just to save on money, I'm gonna just come back, do this, do that, do this. Not a lot, but it's enough, and then... There we go. Now I've got a decent amount of everything. Ah! So yeah, I have vision on the majority of the map, which really just means that I've like barely missed them. I think if I planned it out a bit better, like if I kept it in mind of what I needed to look for, then yeah, I probably would have been a fair bit more prepared. Nope, I'm almost dead. Highly doubt it's going to be there, but yeah. Ah, man. Yeah. Realistically, like thinking about it, I say that word a lot. Thinking about it, it's probably just in the top part, right? So if I just sort of grab some of these for some money, and then just use a teleporter. Right, there we are, done. Yeah, just in case. Is it in the actual corner? No. Teleport just to get back to the surface, buy fuel, we'll sell everything, which is a decent amount of money, and then we just buy those. I was going to say, the middle of the map is probably what I've not checked, because I've just sort of stumbled my way through the other parts of the map for whatever reason. Oh, there's one. Okay, okay, one more, and that's it. And that's the game. Come on. It's got to be in this strip, right? Because I feel like this is the only bit that I've not properly covered. Okay. Okay. There's a bit too much hidden there for my liking. Ah. Oh, some over there as well. Nice. Maybe. Maybe it's this then. Maybe it's all the way on the left-hand side. I thought I'd covered it, but I guess not. Oh no, I was, and then I stopped. I swear to God, if the last one is here. I mean, it'll be quite funny to be honest, but yeah. Yes! You found the 10 giant gemstones. How these beautiful rocks were formed is a mystery, but each one is seemingly flawless and beyond value. Indeed. And now, I believe that's everything. Sell this off. Yeah! All missions done. Look at that. But I think there's still a little bit more that I want to cover, and that is ultimately getting all the upgrades. Every single upgrade. So that's what I'm going to do. And having a look. Chassis, tank, cooler, hold. That's all I need. 55k. Off I go. All the way down to the bottom, because I need money. 55k is quite a bit. It's about 10 max sort of like value trips, essentially. I mean, it would have been less if I didn't spend as much on various stuff. But hey, I may as well use it. Yeah, because if I make a trip down, then put a teleporter down, then I can just continue across the bottom end, getting pretty much everything that's available. Like that, teleport, that's what, 5k? That's at least 5k. 6k. Simple as, grab this, we teleport, and we keep going. 55k. That's what I need. Rubies are 700. Emeralds aren't as much as rubies, but in chunks like that, I'm definitely going to grab it. Ultimately, I think rubies are going to be the main way that I get money, because diamonds are just rarer. So yeah. In terms of how many diamonds I need at this point, it's 35, so that's 2 trips of all diamonds, essentially. But in terms of rubies, it's about 3 trips. There we are. Sapphires aren't as good, so I'm just gonna try and sparingly get those. Like I said, diamonds are just rarer. So there's a fair chance that I just won't encounter them as often. But yeah. I should actually be using these teleporters for the last few times. Oh, 13,000. Okay, yep, repair kit, go. Yeah, there's not really that much which I've not grabbed, because I wanted to factor in the mission of excavating, but yeah. I probably should have considered that. Ultimately, I need money still, so I still have to dig across the bottom. And then I could have optimized searching from the top. Yeah, probably that. Gold's only 100, So ideally I need anything that's above gold. Like sapphires aren't as much, but I'll still take them, obviously. Okay, that's not as much. Not as much. But then, is it faster to just collect things as opposed to looking for more, like, expensive stuff? You know what I mean? I think realistically it makes more sense to just grab everything I see at this point and just focus on the more expensive stuff when I see it, as opposed to purely just looking for it. Alright, yeah, there's nothing around here, so I have to... left. There's a lot more to the left, okay. Shit. Oh, I'm all out of teleporters. Okay, yeah, so I pretty much have to... Oh, okay, there's... Okay. There's emeralds, there's rubies, we're fine. We are fine. Yeah, now we are so fine. Right now. And pretty soon that's going to be the entire thing. Every upgrade, every challenge done within the game, which is effectively 100% of the given content. Okay, surely that's enough, right? Please tell me that's enough. Oh, yeah. Time. That is everything. Woo! Very nice. We'll splash a bit of cash as well. Lovely. Now, if I compare... That is all missions. Therefore, it's every single category on speedrun.com in this run: 1,000 all digging missions, all mining missions, max upgrades, 10,000 all excavation missions, all scavenging missions, 100,000 and all missions. And that is everything which one of my favourite Flash games of all time, Mega Miner, has to offer in about 2 hours. Hope you enjoyed.